I go by Tom, but you can call me your Uncle Tom. So I'm gonna be honest. This is not a video I wanted to make or thought about. You know what I'm saying? Make it for a while. This is just kind of on the spur, on the spot. But I've been wanting to get something out there for Wheel of Fortune out there ever since I heard, they had for this limited time brought back returning champions, and I was like looking at the state of the game show scene recently, and I wanted to make a video about it and show you my thoughts. Um, to give us TLDR, I don't like how current things are going right now for a lot of game shows. There's a lot of problems with this current scene. And some of it is to do with the shows themselves, some of them with the hosts. And I wanted to brief on probably make this a series. I could talk about, what I'm saying, different shows. I'm gonna start probably with the pyramid on this one, like and then I'll probably do a second one on Wheel of Fortune. So what I'll probably do is over this voiceover, you'll probably just see a random stream or recording of the 25 or $100,000 pyramid video I have, and let you listen to this audio commentary while you watch that in the background. So, for those who don't know, at the time of recording, I am coming back for season 2 of the $100,000 pyramid in 18 days or so, and I'm gonna not lie. Miyoko's been like the second in command, but like I don't agree with this current lineup and how the rules are. Nor do I agree with going with modern rules for classic game shows. Cause like I've said this a couple times in the past. If you're gonna pick and choose eras of rules and pick, you know what I'm saying, pick and choose which styles of game show era rules we go by, you have to apply that logic to every game show out there. So you kind of put yourself in a corner on that one. So second of all, as someone who has watched both all the versions of Pyramid from the 70s all the way up to today, one current trend I've seen lately is the dumbing down of game show rules that to the point where I feel like um it makes the game dull. It makes the game too easy. Like part of the challenge for game shows back in the 80s, in my opinion, it seems like they were trying to make things a little challenging. Like their goal was obviously they do these people want them to win, yeah. But you also have to remember it should not be an easy layup, should not be an easy slam dunk win. You should not have to um you should have to sweat to get up there. You should have to work your ass off to get up there. And I feel like a lot of game shows occur, especially in these turn days. You have to, you have to. It makes it so fucking easy. Um, one show I think comes to mind that, from the top of my head, and when I last watched it, it wasn't as easy to get up as Jeopardy. I look at Jeopardy compared to a lot of these shows, and I'm like, what happened? And I'm not 100% on board with Jeopardy. I always said Wheel of Fortune was a better show, in my opinion, based on its history and what came about it. But one thing I got to give credit to Jeopardy is it's stayed pretty much the same level of difficulty throughout the entirety of its run, and it makes perfect sense why it's probably one of the hardest game shows to apply for and to get on and win. So yeah, my first thoughts to fixing these game shows with these rules, I'm gonna start focus on Pyramid. Number one rule I would say is stop. The first change I would do, first of all, but we're not gonna talk about the set because like I objectively don't like the Strahan set. Personally, me, it's the winner circle pyramid that bothers me the most. I just think it's way too crap and tiny. But the first change I'm doing, I'm immediately making every category, every subject 10 times harder. You should not be able to get to the winner circle with these level of difficulty of categories. The reason why the winner circle was such an iconic thing because it was a challenging thing. It was not an easy feat. It's not easy to get to the top of the winner circle. I know my Tom and Army members, especially Yoko, make it look easy. I guarantee you, as someone who's done it themselves, it's not as easy as it looks. It's not as easy to give clues on that show. So I'm instantly making the show 10 times harder, especially in the winner circle. I'm making the category boxes to the top box a lot harder. Um, Second change I'm doing to the $100,000 pyramid currently, if the govs come back, or they need to start being a lot stiffer on how you word things. In particular, in the winner circle, there's a list of do's and don'ts that you can and can't say in the winner circle. For those who don't know, you can only give a list. You cannot use your hands. You cannot use prepositional phrases. You cannot use synonyms. You cannot give any S's of the box period. And I feel like a lot of them get away with too much crime. Like me and Yoko were talking the other day. You can say like mozzarella, like imagine the box was things with cheese, and you can say mozzarella sticks. Like in the '80s, that would have been an immediate buzz. Like immediate. Like that's a type of cheese. You can't say types of cheeses unless the box said types of cheeses. That's why the boxes were written as they were to tell you straight, clear, and concise what you can and can't say. For an example, I had, and I'm going to spoil something. One of my episodes had things with the horn, and they said a trumpet and a trombone, and I zapped them, and Yoko's like, "No, that fits the subject." Like things with the horn, those are horns. Well, trombone, well maybe not a trumpet, but a trombone is definitely a horn. I would buzz them immediately. But so number they have to stiffen up on what you can and can't say. You should not be trying to be fancy, trying to be loosey goosey funny in the winner circle. You have to be very straight and direct. Um, you can't be doing that. So I think number two, they need to be a lot more alert and a lot more harsher for even if it's not intentional slip ups in the winner circle. The number three thing, and I know this is probably not going to do anything. I'm destroying that set. I'm getting a much bigger studio. I'm basing everything off the Dick Clark set from the ground up with more technology. They could keep the Trilons being screens and all that. The only difference is I would have them all be able to rotate completely, like a full 360 rotate or whatever, however they rotate. Like if they get a legal clue, it rotates not once. It doesn't rotate backwards. It goes around to the twice, like original Dick Clark. If you watch an episode of Pyramid from the '80s and '90s, you'll know what I'm talking about. Um, I'm redoing that pyramid set. They can keep the screen, but they got to change it to the way it looks like a Dick Clark version, and it needs to be a lot more spacious. It needs to be able to feel like the set can breathe. Number four, I'm gonna make a controversial pick. I know Michael Strahan stepped down as host, and I never thought he was a bad host. I'm changing the host immediately. I'm getting a new host change. Who would I have host this show? That is a tough answer on that one. I would want shit. I would say Yoko, but like I feel like that's honestly not gonna happen. I'm sorry, Yoko. I know you're probably watching this like, huh? But like, sorry, Yoko. Who would I pick as the host of this show? There's a couple options. I would think. Um, I won't say who. If you know who in the comments, let me know. I'm picking for my first choice, and I'm looking through based off top of my knowledge right now. So you gotta give me credit. The first thing that sticks out is Meredith Vieira for whatever reason. I just feel like she suits that more serious tone game show than 25 Lords or Less. I feel like she sits perfectly for the pyramid for whatever reason. I let me know if I'm tripping in the comments. Who would you put as the new pyramid host? Obviously, I would say Ryan Seacrest, excuse me, but he's hosting Wheel, and as much as we like Dick Clark clones, I just feel like he's doing enough already. So let him keep doing good on Wheel of Fortune, though. I think he's doing a great job. That'll probably be the next video. And the only other change I can think of is bring back the tournament structure where you have to get up there as fast as you can. Keep it where you can, if you want to bump up to $1 million, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it still being 100,000, but like I feel like even in today's age, the only thing they have to do is instead of making it a grand total of 25,000, just give them 25,000 to make it a total of 35,000. Just make it so you don't win a total of this 25,000. You can get 25,000 for free. That's like the only change. Keep it at the 10 and 25,000, but make it so the faster you get to the winner circle, the more you'll enter like a special three, like the original $100,000 pyramid and $50,000 pyramid for Dick Clark's era and John Davidson's too, because they did do that tournament structure thing back then. And the last thing I would say, don't make it run through the summer. Make it like a normal game show series throughout the fall to like the early summer, like Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune, every other major game show. I guarantee you that will grab a lot more viewers. So yeah, I just thought I wanted to rant a little bit about my thoughts on the pyramid. If you guys disagree with me or whatnot, let me know in the comments. Again, I would like to hear your suggestions. Just be civil. What you say down there. I feel like honestly, when it comes to me hosting, I'm sticking strict to the 80 rules. I don't give a damn what Yoko's people say. I don't give a damn what people want to feel about Huff and Puff. The 80s rules are perfect, in my opinion, in order to encapsulate what's wrong with the game show rules. It's the dumbing down to make things easier for people. And I feel like, with exceptions to like Jeopardy and shows like that, it's affected every single game show in this current age, and I feel like it sucks. I'll be honest and say it. I feel like there was a reason why shows never kept out at like 40,000. Like you should not be getting $100,000 wins, all this, that, and the third on a daytime game show. Period. Nighttime, sure, we can talk about it, but no way in hell in daytime. It's too much. It's just you gotta be strict. You can't be Mr. Nice Guy on these game shows. You have to be fair. You have to be like, okay, we're not trying to cheat you out of money, obviously. We're trying to let you win. But also we have to be fair and be kind of strict. Cause like we can't do this forever. And I feel like way too many game shows fall into the trap of let's give everything away and then give minimal losses. And I'm like, that's not how game shows work. Even Price is Right. I don't think I've ever seen Price is Right recently have a perfect as of my mom, and at least in terms of my memory, had a perfect show since like the Super Friends episode, which I was a part of the audience of. There might have been one or two instances recently, I don't remember, but there's a reason why perfect shows don't happen on Price is Right. There's a reason why I think, honestly, the double showcase winner is 250 on Price is Right. It's because it has to be difficult. You should not be able to do it very easily. You should not be getting walks in the park. Because if that were the case, every game show will be bankrupt. And but yeah, let me know in the comments what you think again. But until next time, Tom at 256 saying thank you for watching. And of course, bye for now.